Shall we do this? Yeah, let's do it. Hello, folks, schools. Oh, need to connect that. Come on. Go on. You can do it. You can do it. Connect the chat. Come on. Oh, come on. Typical live stream, innit? Switch it on. Loads of people talking. You're already authorized to use YouTube Live. You know you are. How are you? It was working just before we went live. And now it wants me to authorize XSplit. It's already been bloody authorized. Yeah, as per normal. Exactly. You're not going to do it. All right. I've got to log in again. Brilliant. Give me a sec, guys. Oh, how are you all anyway? While I do this. Next. Next. Things you have to do to sign in. Yes, it's me. Thank you. That one. I don't know why I'm even having to do this because I've already done it. Well done. There we go. Done. And now I can see all you chatters. Yes, in the studio. Sorry about that, folks. It always likes playing up, doesn't it? Right. Waiting for a plumber who's only 3 weeks late. Damn, that's a long time wait for a plumber. Right, so yes, I am in the studio tonight. I've been here all day, to be truthful. What do you call it, pottering along. But I've decided, as you can see, I have bits in front of me. I'm working on palm trees. Shut up. Just stop it right now. Yeah, I've decided, yeah, during the studio live builds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my Burma Build. Yeah, so this is when I'm going to do my Burma Build stuff. So, I need to do palm trees because I'm working on trees. So, here we are. Right, if you're wondering what I'm doing, is I've got a load of these cheap plastic palm trees. Yeah. And right now, I'm going to repaint them and that sort of stuff, tartan them up. But the first thing I've got to do is, as you can see here, yeah, I've got to sort of clean off the mould lines off them. Yeah, which is it's a bit of a laborious job when you've got, I think I've got about 60 of them. It just officially said my fire is out. Wow, California is not on fire anymore. Congratulations, Kat. So, guys, this is what I'm doing. Obviously, I'll be chatting along with you guys as I do. Yeah. There's links down below in the description, yeah, to support the channel and all that sort of stuff. I think they're the Streamlab links, but the direct one to PayPal is there. There's no notifications because I'm not using Streamlabs on this stream. Yeah. So, you know what you call it. Just go with the direct PayPal and I'll keep an eye on my phone, guys, and I'll update it manually. I was going to do this one with Streamlabs, but I've got to set up all the scenes and stuff again, and it was just an almighty hassle before going live. So I'm just going to do this one with XSplit, move over to Streamlabs, and then I can cancel my XSplit. What you call it? No, my fire is out. The new ones have started. What? Oh, Kat, your crazy life. So tonight, I'm mainly going to be filing palm tree trunks. If anyone's got a really good way of taking the mould lines off these, yeah, let's hear it now. Right, I see loads of people in, by the way. My table likes a bomb site. Mel's is clean. Mel's is clean because Mel's had a bit of a blitz in the studio. I've still got to put some tools and stuff back up there and sort of shelf up there, but I've finally done it, and it was the last thing sort of holding me back from getting stuck properly back in terrain. So, I'm back at it now. I'm quite enjoying it as well. I've got the Tatooine build at home, which I'm enjoying. And then I've got my Burma Builds on. I've cleared all my shelves and all my different terrain projects are on different shelves over there. Yeah, so I can just pull one down, put it down, crack on, and then put it up. So the studio's looking rather nice. If he plays music, we risk him singing. Indeed. Also, yeah, if you play music, you start to have copyright issues. You know what I mean? And so it is just very much me, unfortunately, I'm afraid. I can always sing. You won't want me to sing, but I can. Right. So yes, I'm back with the Burma Build. See how's it invented. Watched a lot of your vids. It's good to finally catch you live. Welcome aboard, Josh. Now, as always, as I'm putting along, yeah, if you've got any major big questions for me, make sure you prefix them with the word question, all in capitals so I can see it clearly. Otherwise, I might miss it, guys. I tell you what, the mould lines on these Chinese ones. Are you simply filing down mould lines there? Yes, I am. Joy of joys. And they're pretty brutal. Using a hobby knife. I just use a hobby knife for removing mould lines. I tried that, but because they're segmented, it's really fiddly and time consuming. What is Burma? Well, it's Myanmar now, isn't it? But it's kind of stuck between China, Thailand and Bengal. Ba, 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 ba. No. Use the side of an X-Acto blade. I've tried it. If I use the side of a blade, okay, the issue I'm having is because of all the little ridges, what I'm having to do is nip it. It's really difficult to clean. It's not like when you're doing on models where you can just come along and just scrape it off. Because of the ridges, yeah, it really doesn't clean up that well. It does it? Actually, that's not bad. It's whether you guys want to listen to that. Right, let's see how that comes out. Actually, that's not bad. I might do it like that anyway. That's not bad at all, actually. Bit better than fine. Right, we'll do it that way. Question. What about just covering them in a box of filler to even them all out and cut them off? You can't, Duck. If you try and fill the gaps to sort of bring it up, you got to understand they're really. If I hold that one up, yeah, you can see the sort of flash situation I'm dealing with. Yeah, so to actually fill those over, they just look like blobs. It's just the way. I know everyone has their own way. Myanmar is officially the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, and also known as Burma. Well, the Americans still count it as Burma. I don't think the American government ever recognised the state of Myanmar. But that's one of those political things, isn't it? Right. So might as well keep scraping then. It'll speed the job up a bit. You could always try Sudanese Afro. He makes some of which are in pieces. Get in touch with it first. You've just got to be really careful with music, guys. When you're live streaming, unfortunately. I like music. I mean, I listen to music when I'm working generally, so it's that I have the same sort of things as you guys have when you're watching a live stream. It is a bit quiet. How about using a Drem tool? It might speed things up. Issue with the Drem tool is, yeah, when you're working with soft plastic, one slip and, you know, it's... You can go straight through the trunk. It's too fiddly. That scraping noise, delightful. I'll go back to sanding. I thought that might be the case. I use the scraping tool for anything like I've got to. We'll just have to see how we get on, won't we? So yeah, back with my Burma Build, thank God. I'm actually quite enjoying it. I don't know how long the live show's going on. It depends on whether I go back and see the wife before she goes to work. Yeah, Kez is doing, Kez is an ecologist now, and she's doing eco surveys, which tends to be dawn and dusk time, so she tends to leave for work about 1 o'clock in the morning. So, I don't know if I'll be staying with you guys for, you know, a massive amount, or going for what you call it. Or heading home early when and actually spend a bit of time with Cass. Been watching Adam Savage, uses it a lot. Yeah, Adam Savage is good. He does some good stuff. Right, question is, how will you be storing your Burma Build when it's complete? In big stack and store boxes on my shelves. My Burma Build is going to be quite an extensive build. Well, that's the plan for it. And so, it's going to take some storing, to be truthful. Oh. I heard someone uses flat clear over mould lines, then just paint over them. I can't see flat clear. I've heard of what you call it, people using plastic glue over mould lines. You know, just smooth plastic glue over them, and that'll melt them down. Yeah, whenever I've tried it, I've always made a bit of a mare of it, to be perfectly honest. That one. Question, with a large table build like the D-Day board, how much do you plan ahead? How much do you decide the layout before actually cracking on with it? I generally put about, the D-Day board probably had about an hour's worth of planning put into it. You know, just a rough idea of what I want. A lot of these things, they're planned in my mind. You know, I see them in my head. Also, I'm not a great artist when it comes to drawing. And so whenever I try and plan things out on paper, they never end up looking anywhere near what I want them to actually be in real life. So I tend to keep my paper plans as functional as possible, if you know what I mean. You know, just, right, will that fit there? Will that go there? And then when I actually build it, that's when, you know what I mean, it starts really coming together. Noel gets a plan in his head, then wings it. Yeah, very much so. I mean, you've got to remember, with my D-Day board, I built the main board. I spent the first week building it, and then I trashed it again and remodeled it. You know, because I looked at it and it was like, right, okay, that isn't what I envisaged. That's not the board I want to build. And I do that quite a lot, to be truthful. But the end results are always worth it. So, you know what I mean? Oh. Evening, Gary. Evening, Immerse. All is well in Melland. As well as it can be. 42 still hate it when I'm late for class. Mel's plan is to make all the mistakes so we don't have to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy to screw up on your behalf. It's a bit messy, but they'll do. Ah, Mel's favourite, palm trees. Yeah. We know how I feel about palm trees. But can't really have a Burma Build without them. So, got to tackle them. So I'm tackling the plastic ones first. And then we'll make some really nice ones. And I'll slowly improve. That's the idea anyway. That's the plan. Whether it works out like that, who knows? So I'm always pressing Mel to build terrain for tanks. What sort of tanks? Will there be a little John Rambo on the board? Well, I've got a Marbo. We can hide him on there. And I've got a Predator. Yeah, that Ant Evans sent me from the AVP Kickstarter. Yeah, so I'm thinking of hiding a Predator in the jungle somewhere. Mel, do you buy your replacement blades in bulk? If so, where do you get them from? Generally, I get them from Amazon, mate. You know what I mean? Amazon is my point of call for most of my supplies and that sort of stuff. And with a shameless plug, yeah, my link to my Amazon's down below. Yeah, where I get all my studio kit. Along with the donation ones. I'll check it in a minute just in case any of you guys have sort of contributed to the studio kit. We've got the new microphone. Yeah, we're just going for the cabling, the recorder, and I've got another, a microphone stand. So it's just the cabling and the Zoom recorder now. I own all the AVP models. I missed the Kickstarter. Will you be repositioning the placket in more dense areas then build up mass? More artistic, where they're like, yeah, what you call it? I will be what you call it. They'll be integrated into the other pieces. You know, whether I bulk them up with extra bits, I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. Like I say, I mean, the good thing about the way I'm doing it is I can pull them out and swap them around in the future anyway. So what I'm trying to do is get a reasonably decent terrain set together so I can play my games. Yeah, and then in the future, if I want to sort of like clean them out, change them, any of that sort of stuff, I can. How will you be fixing the palm trees to the bases? Hot glue, mate. A little bit of hot glue. And that'll fix them nice and firm. Did someone try and make homemade grass bush for diorama? I'm not sure, mate. Coffee brewer, some snacks. I'm trying to think of what ground cover will be like for the palms too. Guessing mainly sand, with perhaps a few dry palm trees here and there. Not sand, I'm going for a jungle ground cover, so I'll be using the standard herbs. So I'll be integrating my palm trees onto these bases. Yeah, still dark, isn't it, that one? Doesn't like that. So yeah, integrating them onto these bases. Yeah, so I've already got some foreground trees and some plastic plants on. And the idea is, yeah, that I'll just start dropping these in to sort of change the foliage up a bit. Yeah, and as those of you who followed the Burma Build will know, all of my tree stuff, this is actually foam here. So where this has got a little point, Yeah, I should be able to literally just push it straight in and it'll hold. Yeah, add a little bit of hot glue in there. You see the little hole there. Yeah, add a little hot glue in there and they're going to be really nice and sturdy. And I think they'll look great. And those are the small ones. Yeah, when I start adding these in, which are the big ones, they're going to look monstrous. So that's the battle plan anyway, guys. Put that there, change that scene so you can see my beautiful face. Or should I change it back? Right, let me get my phone. Whoop. Very quickly make sure I'm not missing anyone if anyone's donating. Oh, we're all good. Right. Makes me think of Burma Shave. What's Burma Shave? Right. Let's get cracked on. You're like a florist, dude. I don't know about a florist. Right, let's get the rest of these done. Why brush them off? Get them mounted in there. Got to get that done. Oh, that's a hell of a watchful mould line. But yeah, that's the basic plan. And I reckon once I bulk these out, yeah, my tree bases and some of my scatter bases will be looking a lot better. Then all my functional scatter is done. You know, then it's time to start moving on, and I need to make a decision on whether am I going to go for boards, am I going to go for more scatter terrain and a mat? Because I mean, we did have a play with making a mat, and we could certainly go back and finish that off and do a bit of a better one. I actually threw that one away. Burma Shave was a pop band in the 90s. Was it really? There's also, is that also where the Burma Triangle gets its name from? Do you mean the Bermuda Triangle, mate? I haven't heard of a Burma Triangle. I've heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but that's in the Caribbean. See, I'm starting singing now. Things disappear in what you call it in Burma as well. Oh, there you are. What's next on the tutorial front? We've got henges, we've got a terrain lab. In fact, terrain lab on resin tints, Let Makes henges. I've got to look at a product review for Gerard's, what do you call it, hot wire tools as well. That's what's currently being worked on. Plus, there's the terrain techniques video for the, what do you call it, for the thatching. Yeah, so that's what's going on at the minute. It's nice to have it all on shelves. I've got my Stalingradish build up there as well. So quite a bit. I've just got to get it done. I sound like Biker Grove then. Why, I man. The box on Mel's list of knives is £22 for 36 in my local shop. Just for a pack of, they wanted £20. Question, got any phone from the construction workers? A little. To be truthful, a lot of their stuff is Kingspan, which isn't the best for making terrain. Yeah, but they have got some really nice high density stuff. And I may have acquired a bit of that. Just a little bit. Right, there we go. And Fog of the Tide's mine or mine. Burma Shave was also a shaving cream. Really? The things I learn about Burma. But yeah, that's the basic plan with these trees. Get these done. I want to respray. I saw a really good, a really good sort of example of someone who'd sprayed them up on the terrainiacs. And they looked beautiful how he'd done them. And it's like, all right, I could do that. You know what I mean? Because I was sort of holding off on trying to figure out how to make like really beautiful palm trees. And it's like, right, no. Rather than making it a massive job, get the plastic ones you've got, get those on. Yeah, and then concentrate on how to step up from there, rather than trying to make really amazing diorama palm trees, yeah, which take forever, when in fact I bought a load of plastic ones and I need to get these tarted up to get them actually on my piece. Hey ho. What army do you field in bolt action? I field Chindits. The Wingate Specials. Ba, ba, ba. Any more questions for any more? Evening, Dan. I hear those students, Dan, what you call it, brought a few tears to people's eyes with their presentation. I'm just going to have to be careful when I dry brush these. Just make sure I don't go sideways and catch the little lines. I'm getting the bulk of them off, but I don't think I can really clean them up perfectly. But then again, they're cheap Chinese trees, what do you expect? I think I paid about £2 a pack. I think I got 12 in a pack. When is one going to clump? Well, the sun is out and it is clump time. I suppose I better do it sometime soon, hadn't I? In fact, Nick had some foam for me, so it might be the perfect time. I'm going to have to add it to my studio job list. Make sure it gets done. Mel, what's your favourite type of modelling? World War II, World War One, Middle Age? I like Greenfield. Not specifically a period, but, you know, the actual, you know, doing woods and countryside stuff. I find it relaxing. I mean, whether it's for World War One, World War Two, futuristic, I don't really care. Yeah, I'm more actually interested in the actual, more the scenery. If you are going to clump, maybe you should tell the local police beforehand. What shows, questions, games days are you going to this year, Mel? I don't know at the minute. I mean, the biggie for me is always what you call it, Salute, and I've done that one. We've got Derby Worlds coming up and a few other smaller ones that I might go to, but I've got nothing on my radar just at the minute, if you know what I mean. Oh, I can't clean that up. It's stubborn mold lines. Next one. You'll be lucky if it's only the police round here, yeah, in Stoke. Let's just hope the police don't come round to because you're drying your clump in the garden. I'll dry it in one of the studios here. Then again, if they see that in an artistic studio, they're probably definitely going to think it's something dodgy. You can see the different types of plastics they've used on these. And then on this one, you can see the transition between the two plastics, where they've just thrown a new batch into the injection molding machine. And it's a different colour. And it changes halfway up the tree. thrilling, isn't it? The joys of terrain making, eh? Thrilling behind the scenes footage. Yeah, armed police last time I did Clump Village. It's one of the reasons I've sort of held off doing it for a long time. See how they come out. They might need another file. Alright, now this one. So any more questions? Come on. Keep me company, guys. It's a hell of a laborious job. But yeah, get all these done. Mount them on there so I could spray paint them. I'll have to pick a nice spray for them. And then I'm going to need to spray those as well. How much money gone for your hobby in 1 month if it is public? What do you mean, hon? How much do I spend on the hobby? It depends. Generally materials and stuff like that and bits and bobs. I have sort of, if you take away the donations from the live shows, which buy the kit and that sort of stuff, I have a budget of probably about £100 a month. Yeah, that I use to buy materials and all that sort of stuff, and extra tools and all that sort of palaver. But it can really depend on what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm quite lucky. You know, over the I've been doing this for 5 years. So over the 5 years, I've slowly built up quite a collection of tools and materials and stuff like that. And so generally, you know, I only tend to be getting either topping things back up or buying new specialist things nowadays. And if I'm honest, the vast majority of the money that comes into the channel, donations and kit-wise, it goes on cameras and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Right. So how much wealth? Are you asking me how much I make doing the terrain tutor? I make about, when it all runs out in the wash, I'll make about minimum wage, yeah, for a 60-hour week. And that's how it works out. What kind of food do you enjoy from around the world? Oh, I love curries. I really like curries, but you know, I spent a lot of time growing up in in Shamnagar, in Bengal. Yeah, so curries are in my blood, if you know what I mean. I'm not a massive fan of Italian. I don't mind pastas and stuff like that. I can't bloody stand pizzas. Uh, I like Chinese, but it's got to be dry Chinese. I don't like the soups and everything. I like my dry chicken satays, that sort of stuff. What else? I like African. African's nice. There's a beautiful African restaurant about an hour away from me. I don't know if it's still going. It's been years since we went. But you can get antelope and kudu and crocodile and wild boar sausages there. And, you know, that's quite nice. Vindaloo. Whoa, question. I'm making bonsai tree for my father-in-law. What would you recommend to use as the foliage? Oh, I'd probably reach out. I'd probably go and have a look at something like Scenic Express or Serious Play and have a look at their leaf foliage. If you're making something like a bonsai tree as a gift, yeah, it's worth investing and get some really nice leaf foliage for it. And they definitely have it. I've missed a couple of comments. Hey, Tam, a Balti ghost. Question. So, oh, right, okay. How about Korean food? I'm not sure if I have Korean food, to be truthful. We're his employer. He is our employee. Yeah. Basically, I'm your bitch. I always say, I've probably got about 1,000 bosses. There's 500 patrons. Probably not 1,000 then. And say, if we look at the donations, it's probably about over a month, probably about 80 to 100 people donate. Do you know what I mean? 10 to 50 in a live show? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so I've probably got 600 bosses. I'm lucky that they're the sort of bosses that trust me just to get on with my job, to be truthful. Because I wouldn't want to be micromanaged by 600 bosses. It'd be a nightmare. Can you imagine that? Thank you, Kat. Not a question, man. They need some tips for brush painting with enamels. I can't help you. The last time I used enamel paint, I think I was 12. So don't ask me about enamels, mate. Oh, we've got some PayPals coming in. Question, can I use felt pads? The sort you use to put on the legs as terrain bases. They seem pretty sturdy and cheap. I wouldn't. I know what they are, but my concern is once you start soaking in PVA and that sort of stuff into them, yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be sturdy enough to resist the actual creep. Now, what you could do is get the felt bases, yeah, get some filler and a little bit of water, smear the filler onto the felt bases so it soaks into the felt bases, and then let those dry. That would sturdy them up enough for you then to attach things onto, mate. So if I was going to do those, I'd look at sturdying them up. Some of us are more bossy than others. Some are, Cat, but I like it. Thank you, Insane. Get back to work, damn you. What do we pay you for? Oh, wait. You're doing what we pay you for. Yes. I should have the... You know what? I should be really mercenary. I should say, well, it's a live show. You've got to pay on the live show. I haven't had any donations. Bug you. I've been paid today, boss. Ain't working. A lot of the stuff that I do, I don't really get paid for, because I get paid for producing terrain videos, obviously. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff that I end up doing, it's sort of the ancillary stuff. Now, I know oh, don't be a git, don't lose the comments. I know all companies are a bit like that. Yeah, but I have to be very careful about how much time I spend. I've got this council over in Derbyshire, and they want me to go over and run terrain courses for kids. Yeah, kids who are like being isolated from the normal school structure because, you know, mental health issues and stuff like that. You know, and so bullying and stuff like that. And so I've got that going on, but I have to be sort of conscious of how much time I put into that because, you know, I don't even know if I'm getting paid for it. See where my prior, yeah, help kids, yeah, I'm up for that. Think about getting paid for it, Abos. Mel, do you use, yes, me, you use Durham's rock hard water putty. I've never used Durham's. I like my Cristacal for my casting stuff. Works really well for me. Right, I'm going to finish this one. Yeah, I've got some PayPals there, so we'll jump on those. Then we'll get cracked on, eh? In fact, how many more have we got? I've got 5 more to do in this. I'll do 5 more. I miss our Jace. He's just got a lot going on, Duck, family-wise. His mum's not that well, and his mum's got some stuff going on, and obviously, you know, Jace, he's doing the son thing, like you do. You know, family always has to come first. But I have been chatting with him, and we will be seeing him soon, no doubt. Oh, I get that bit done. These darker brown ones file a lot nicer than the lighter ones. Not that it makes a difference. Okay, weird. YouTube kicked me out of the chat. That's weird because everyone's saying YouTube's acting up, and also my chat has been playing up on the actual screen, so it sounds like YouTube's got some stuff going on. Now, I am working with Streamlabs, and one of you guys, I don't know if you're in the chat right now, but sent me a link to like a restreaming service where I can do Twitch and YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. So I've got that to learn about as well. These are the sort of things that, you know, when I was saying there's stuff that you don't really get paid for. This is that sort of stuff. So I need to learn and practice it and use it. But I've only got so much time to actually do that because I need to be doing this. Because fundamentally, it's this that I get paid for. And obviously, I've got bills to pay. I've got kids to, to feed and a wife to keep and all those sort of things. Oh, that's it. Yes, YouTube has been a butthead. It's moving. Is my chat? Oh, my chat's screwed up, has it? Nice, great, thank you. Refresh it. See if that works. Yeah, it's working now. Hopefully. Let's do tap with Max. Kids used to get them in the kitchen helping me to cook, make cakes, bread. I miss doing that with them. Yeah. Yeah, just got kicked out too. Might be there's some big stream with a massive viewership going on. Yeah, sometimes. Anything sports going on? When's the World Cup? World Cup hasn't started yet, has it? Are there any prequent? Is there anything going on that front? I don't really follow it, to be truthful. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure when the matches start and all that sort of stuff. Oh, Alien stealing. Yes, will the wife be keeping you? You've missed at least 2 calls to check PayPal. I have seen PayPal's. I've got... In fact, no, we'll do them now. You're right. I should do them. You'd be better off keeping chickens. Right. Le PayPal's. Right. Text messages as well. Ah. Spam from my WatchOne mobile provider. Doesn't matter how many times you opt out of those emails, does it? Right, we've got a couple of PayPals by the looks of it. Okay, right. Right, so let me get my keyboard and we'll update this screen. Right. What was the first thing you started making terrain for? Probably my little plastic toy soldiers when I used to spend summers in my mum's craft shop. Right, so giving the shout outs. Immersive World Craft. Immersive World Crafter. Yeah, keep up the good work, mate. He sent a couple of nuggets. Thank you, Immersive. Make sure I can spell this right. Crafter. Nice one, buddy. Right, next up. We got Dan Random. And he sent us 4 nuggets. Thanks, Dan. Chin, buddy. Just emptied the PayPal account. Right, we've got another one from Stemmer. And he sent a couple of nuggets as well. No message, just $2 US. Thank you, Mark. There we go. Right, that's nice. First few people on. Right, I think, what you call it? What are we on? because I haven't got my total. So two US dollars, about £1.50. £7.50 so far. We've got about 100 quid to go to finish with the Zoom and the cables. So we're down to what, 93-ish? I'm not going to try and keep track on the screen. You know how I lose all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I think that's the lot. Nice. Right, let's get cracked on. Yeah, I'm keeping a what you call it. I'm keeping a running total. I don't know if I'm going to catch a lot of crap, but I don't care about the World Cup. The World Cup just started. Saudi Arabia got steamrolled by Russia earlier today. Right, that's why YouTube's getting hammered then. Everyone's watching the World Cup on it. To be truthful, I don't really watch the World Cup either. I'm not really that bothered about it. Yeah, which is quite ironic because any of you who follow me personally on Facebook, yeah, will know that I've got a bit of a. I used to work in football. You know what I mean? But I don't like it now. Mel, do you play D&D? No, I don't. Thanks for everyone who's donated. Yeah. Next person to donate, we're probably going to have to enable scrolling. No, I've only really played, what shall it? I've never really got into it. The problem with D&D is I really struggle getting into the role-playing side. I see it as like a problem-solving exercise. That's the way my brain works. Yeah. I don't care about soccer, though the hooliganism thing was interesting to study. Yeah. Stoke was particularly well known for its hooliganism problem. We had the naughty 40. When I was teaching at Elite College, I used to teach sports. Yeah, and what do you call it? One of, a couple of the lads, their dads were in the naughty 40. You know what I mean? Not people you wanted to mess with at all. Right, you had 187 on Sunday stream. Yeah, that's $187, mate. Yeah. At the end of last Sunday's show, you were 184 without the extra donation from that show. How much did we do on that show? So we're actually a lot closer. We're probably only about 50 quid off then. I'm rubbish at keeping track of this sort of stuff. That sounds interesting, Miko. Can you email me his details, mate, so I don't lose that? I do like the blacksmithing stuff. It's interesting. I've always been interested in stuff like that. Did I miss something? I wouldn't have said you've missed anything. Right, that one's done. Couple more. Can I use PVA for a river because it dries clear? No, don't do that, mate. I've done it in the past with a canal system, and it does dry clear, but it'll end up really thin no matter how much you put into it, and it warps the pieces like crazy. If it can't warp them, it can actually split and crack, and you end up with cracks in your water. Okay, so use something like still water and acrylic still water. Worst case scenario, give it a coat of gloss. If all you're after is a shiny coating, Yeah, a little bit of gloss over your blue or whatever your river colour is will work just as well as PVA, but without the contractions. Dan, should never feel guilty about not being able to donate, guys. You know, only a small proportion of people, you know, donate. And I don't mind. I mean, it's nice and it is good to get the support. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, but the live shows aren't about how much I can make in donations, because what I've discovered doing these live shows, if I'm honest, yeah, is in general I'll make probably like between 10 and 30 quid on a live show from odd donations. But occasionally people will come along and they'll just smash things. So you can't turn around and say, I'm going to make so much, because you never know. I mean, I've had people come on to live shows and donate like, what, £500? Do you know what I mean? £500. So, you know, don't worry about not being able to donate. That's not what these are about. It's good that some people do donate and it does help, yeah, but don't ever feel bad about not being able to donate. I mean, hell, first, what, 3-4 years of the terrain tutor, I wouldn't have been able to donate. For some reason, these are the colour of them are reminding me of steak. It's because it's dark on the outside, and as I file it, I'm getting like a pink on the inside. And it's like, looks, I'm starting to get hungry. Welcome aboard, Leech. What? Back in the day in Scotland, the guys in the village took me to a super rivalry game in the air. We won. Literally grabbed me by the arms and raced me back to the buzzes. They were so afraid and responsible of getting an American killed. Yep, yep. Yeah, we did used to have, thinking about it, you know, we did have a, back in the days when hooliganism was a major issue in the UK, you know, Stoke had some major problems. I remember a documentary I used to play my sports studies, what you call it, students about hooliganism. I always remember a Millwall fan saying the one club that he hated going to was Stoke. Always got me, yeah. Because I mean, obviously by trade, I'm a physio. I'm a sports physio. That's, you know, what I did when I came out of the army. Okay, and so I've worked in a lot of sports, and it always got me the difference between football, yeah, and rugby. Football, you can't even stand. Rugby, you're standing in the stands, yeah, mixing with the opposition, yeah, fans, drinking. No problems whatsoever. Football, right, the away fans will be given a 30-minute head start to run to their bushes before we let out the home fans. Question, did you ever build a big papercraft models like 40k vehicles and use them as terrain? Never did papercraft. On other streams, someone dropped 100 and we had people dropping metric to make Mel cry like a girl. Yeah, yeah. Just to go back to that. Yeah, big, when people, it can sideblind me, guys, you know. And the charity of others is, we normally say it's 3 figures. We've got to hit 100 before you get me dancing. Yeah, sometimes, you know, if it's occasionally someone will do that in one hit, and you know, it's quite a thing emotionally, without sounding too much like a soft git. But going back to the papercraft, no, I haven't really done papercraft stuff. I'll tell you what we do a lot of. Yeah, I like getting big sheets of corrugated cardboard, like gaffer tape, hot glue, and me and the kids will make suits of armour and weapons out of it, and then we'll have a massive fight in the backyard. So the kids will come along, and you know, we'll do like, they'll bring their mates, we'll all suit up in armour and that sort of stuff, make ourselves cardboard weapons, and go in the backyard and beat 7 bells out of each other. It's great fun. I want to get to the stage where I can do like, you know, is it EVA foam that they make all the cosplay stuff out of? I'd like to give that a go, but it's too much of a time commitment. It would have to be like a terrain tutor project that I got support for because of the amount of time it would take. You know what I mean? And so it's sort of always been on the back burner because it's like, yeah, I'd like to do it, but if I'm going to do that, which isn't technically a terrain, it's interesting, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not a terrain project. What I need to do is I need to get the terrain videos flowing, so everyone's quite happy that they're getting the terrain fill, and then I can turn around and say, it's okay, I have a bit of a side jolly with this. Is that to walk off cam to regain composure? Yeah, yeah. Now, what happened to your D-Day board? My D-Day board is up. It's not War Games UK anymore, is it? They went through a name change. Is it Dyson Decks in Southport? Dyson Decks on King Street in Southport, I think it is. Yes, it's that down the street. Eh? No, it wasn't for Watcher Warlord. Yeah, Warlord wanted it. I know this for a fact because they kept ringing up, I think they even tried to buy it off, I know that, my D-Day board, yeah, and I didn't charge much for it at all, in reality. My D-Day board, that was less than £2,000 with delivery, yeah, and it was, what, 9 weeks work? Yeah, I'd agreed the price up front with Martin, and then because Martin was a mate, and it was mates rates and that sort of stuff. And it was back then when people didn't really know me that well for my terrain and that sort of stuff. I was still roughly starting out. So Martin didn't realise what sort of board he was getting. And I turned round to him about halfway through the board and I sort of said, listen, mate, because I got paid half up front and half on completion. And I turned round to him and I said, look, I can complete it in the next week. And I've got to complete it in the next week because I need that money, mate, because I need to pay some bills. It was the second half. And I think, and then I turned around to him and said, but if you're happy just to give me the rest of the money now, I'll invest a load more time in it. Yeah, and that's how Martin got a hell of a deal. But I know people have offered him, I think the most he's got offered is something like 6,000-7,000 for it. What are you filing? Palm trees. Yes, new names is Dyson Decks. Yeah, I've seen the old foam mats for cosplay stuff. It's not so much the materials. Yeah, like I say, it's the time in doing a project like that. It's such a large time project wise that I am really looking. It'd have to be supported in some way, or it's just not viable. Yep, he knows how to charge half the price for his work. Oh God, I'm awful at pricing my work. I always underprice myself. It's one of the reasons, yeah, why I step away from doing commissions. And I prefer doing channel stuff because I'm crap when it comes to that sort of stuff. On the plus side, I now only do commissions that I think will be good content for the channel. Getting there. Okay, Kat, have a good one. Thanks for chipping in, darling. And I'll see you on Sunday, darling. It's Father's Day on Sunday, isn't it? How far? I've only been filing for an hour non-stop, pretty much. I'll take a break in a second and give him a brush. Banhammer passed over, dude. There you are, Kat. I've got someone covering it. If you're wondering, Dan, I know Dan. Dan's a mate. He's from round here. He does photography. So he helps me with my photography stuff. If you're wondering why I made Dan a moderator, he's now sitting there going, oh my god, I'm a mod, I'm a mod. I wasn't expecting it. Or moms being dads, yeah. Question, Mel. In your mail, you mentioned a stream app. Can you tell me what that app is, please? No, OBS. OBS have, OBS Streamlabs, which is the streaming software I'm transferring over to. They have an app, yeah, which is essentially a remote control. So you've got to search the App Store for Streamlabs OBS, yeah, and then you'll find the app. But it only works with their streaming software, mate. It's not a generic one. I mean, it's capable of of actually streaming from your phone. It's a streaming software, but part of it, yeah, ties it. You can sort of tie it into your main account on your computer, so you can just have your phone and switch your scenes and all that sort of stuff from your phone. Are they the trees on Amazon? Yeah, they're the cheap ones. Cheap Chinese ones. Here you go. These are what we're working on, these ones. Oh, right, let me dust myself off. Oh God. Right. OBS, we use it professionally. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. It takes a bit of setting up and that sort of stuff. Mel, can you get any closer to the screen to read messages? Get glasses. Do you know what? I think I'm getting to the stage where that might be something we need to look at. All I'm doing now is I've got a bit of a metal wire brush, yeah, and you know, I'm just going along where I've done my filing, cleaning off all the little wisps and that sort of stuff. These aren't perfect, but they'll do for what I need to do. I'm not that Dan Mel. Oh bugger. In which case, sorry mate. I thought you were that Dan. Oops. Don't take that personally, man. No, there's a good YouTube page called Punisher Props Academy. I've seen them, yeah. One of the reasons why I have to reach in to read the comments, yeah, is if I make my text too big, it moves too quickly up my screen, yeah. But I can't bring the laptop too close to me, yeah. Otherwise, the webcam that we're using, you'll be seeing about this much of me, yeah. So sorry, I have to lean in to see certain comments. I'll mod if you need. I'm all right at the minute. I'm all right at the minute, but if it gets crazy, then I'll definitely co-op some more of you. I slowly co-op moderators. I don't know how many moderators I've got at the minute. I think I've got about 4 or 5, to be truthful. Wiggle it, just a little bit. What city do you live in? I'm in Stoke. You shouldn't have said that, Dan, yeah. Fallout Wasteland Games looks good. I haven't even seen it. Evil Ted is very good for EVA phone works. I'm going to have to give it a go, aren't I? We have another PayPal? Yeah, I just need to jump on that very quickly. What's that? Right, PayPal. Who's this? One more. And we've had a couple of nuggets from Gary Shaw. Looks like 3. 3 British nuggets. Build some 15mm terrain stuff. I need to get round to that, don't I? Right, let's get Gary S on. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Put that in there. There we go. Right. Scroll and slow that down one. There we go. All sorted. That's another one. Thank you, buddy. I haven't seen Westy around for a while. Westy pops in occasionally. I mean, Westy's doing his own stuff. He's got his own channel now, hasn't he? And he does terrain videos. He's doing all his 40k boards and that sort of stuff. Because Westy's a bit of a 40k hound. Oh, they're okay. Should be alright. Better than they were anyway. That's for sure. Just started 15 mil. Time to enable scroll. Warbler? Get in. A mod for a minute. My life is now complete. You shouldn't have told me you weren't that Dan, man. I thought you were. Let's try that way. Yeah, that's better. Well, I keep spiking my fingers. Okay, I'm done. Knack of that one. I didn't want to go in, did it? There we go. There we are. West side. Aye. 3 down. Only tell me about it. What's Westy's channel called? We can pop round. West side, isn't it? It's the same as his username, I think. What kind of hounds are you, Mal? Do you actually use what you build yourself, or is it demonstrations, commissions? No, I use what I build myself. A lot of it. I mean, this is my Burma build for my Chindit, so I do. I do a lot of the pieces that I do for the Let's Makes end up get given away. You know what I mean? And so, you know, generally what your Jace has most of those, to be truthful. Okay, they're not brilliant, but they're a lot better. A lot better. No, you can't post links in the chat, mate. I don't follow. The easiest thing to do is just email me. At least I'm honest, but I am a photographer, though, if it helps. How weird is that? Are you sure you're not that Dan? Because he's a photographer. Oh, phone's going off. Jump on that in a second. Yeah, what did you do this evening, Duck? I scrubbed palm tree trunks. Plenty of trust work planned. Ooh, Manipulate. Oh, thank you, Gary. Not only supporting me, but helping to other people support me. Thanks, bud. Links in the description if you want them, guys. Ah, shoot. Not bad. Do you guys ever do that? Do you like, you're looking at it, you're not sure about it, you slowly convince yourself that, actually, no, that's all right, we can live with that. Or is it just me? Ah, that might be my email. No worries. Right, I am on the bike tonight, guys, so I'm probably going till about 9:30, and then I'm going to have to bike home. Yeah, I have to leave about 9:30, because if I don't leave about 9:30, I end up biking home in the dark, and that's not a safe thing to do around Stoke. Plenty more videos coming, matey. Scunville, sorry, Colville in Leicestershire. Not that Dan then. Not the Dan. These wiggle a lot, don't they? Probably a better way of doing that, actually. If I make the hole with a cocktail stick instead. Oh, much better than making it with what's called the actual piece. There you are. Learning something so I can share it with you. After sunset, the vampires of Bramstoke come out. It's not that, it's the monkey dusters. Stoke is like the monkey dust capital of the UK. They're all off the faces round here. I had to get an ambulance out because there was this, he must have been out in his 60s, and he was off his face. And I watched him for about 15 minutes trying to push a lamppost outside my house before he slowly started to slide down it. And it was at that point that I thought, all right, time to get the ambulance. You know what I mean? So, rang the ambulance come out to him, yeah. I'm standing in there with the ambulance man. His eyes are like pinpricks. Yeah, so it's clear he's had something. And the ambulance man turns around to this old geezer as he's wrapped round this lamppost. And he goes, have you had anything? And this old geezer goes up and he looks at me and he goes, of course I have! Chips! Oh, God, I tell you what, my street is entertaining every single time. Every single time. So that's done. We'll put them all in it. Okay, what's a monk duster? Nick. Yeah, Grawley, I've seen his channel. I do follow him. Thank you, Gary. A monkey duster. Yeah, monkey duster. It's MCAT, isn't it? I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it's some sort of hallucinogen, you know, rot your brain type drug. That's dirt cheap. I think it's illegal now. It wasn't illegal for a while. It was one of those new ones that, you know, it takes them a little while before they can actually make them illegal and get them through the law. Like one of those legal high things. Yeah, genius idea, that. What you're scraping off there. Just the little bits of plastic. Whenever you sand these things, whenever you file like bits like this, you always get little bits of plastic that are just like sort of stuck to it, if you know what I mean. I need taking off, and so a quick brush with a metal wire brush is the quickest way of doing that. I'll tell you what, this terrain set's going to have quite an investment of time in it by the time I've done all these. Monkey duster, a moustache. What? MCAT was the new party truck, is now a Class A, I believe. I'm not surprised. I've seen a few people, you know, in that state round town. I mean, I'm pretty laid back on this sort of stuff because I'm sort of like, I work on the sort of policy that I believe, you know, your body is yours, you know what I mean, and what you do to it is down to you. But at the same time, when you look at some of this stuff, you can understand why it's illegal. Wow. It's getting warm in here. Freezing in winter, stupidly hot in summer. Good old Spode. Force Corbin and Willow to brush for you. Oh! Have a good one, Stemmer. Stop sniffing that glue. See? That's my legal high. Polystyrene fumes. There have been times when I've walked out of this studio and my eyes have been a bit, woo! That'll do me. What got you into terrain making? Oh. There was one that came out of Russia called Crocodile that rots the skin and it would just fall off the bone. Why would you take something like that? Do you know what I mean? Just why? Rots your skin. So I think I've seen photos of it on Facebook, that crocodile. Why would you? Just why? Glue first, then static grass. You can't, if he slips, he could mess up the whole tree up. That's it, coming together nicely. I need to brush that one a bit more. And that's it had battery acid in it. What? And Japan had an issue with sniffing. Mel, if you ever need a mod buddy, just ask. I will, Dan. I will. Then it was like static grass. Second puberty, mate. When you get older, when the nose hairs and the ears hairs start sprouting. Yeah, that one then. Which says it's like morphine, but 10 times more. So I guess it makes you feel great before it makes you feel like, I imagine. Dude. You know, you do wonder what sort of, when they're putting these chemicals into the body, damn. I mean, it used to be, you know, when I was a medic, you'd see occasionally when you're doing your A&E cover, and you see people off their tits and they got off their, you know, they overdosed on ecstasy or something like that. But it just seems like nowadays anyone is willing to stick any cleaner, battery acid or anything bloody in their veins, down up their nose or however you take it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. This one, almost done these. We're getting there. That's right. Oh, well, thank you. I always took 3 Nurofen. Gary, kick her butt, dude. She deserves a butt kicking for that. She deserves a butt kicking for that. Corbin or Willow did that to me, I would kick their butts. No, dude, it wasn't. Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. And this side. It's like a never-ending job, isn't it? I will get there. This is only half of them. I'll only do half from this live show. I'll save the rest for the next one. I'm going to add an old age survival kit shoebox. I'll use hair dye for terrain. She is wetting herself laughing. My face is not amused. Kick her ass, Gary. Establish dominance. Air backbone. Right. Get these done. Screw clean. Come on. There we go. Looking good. Can't get that last bit. Mel's. Can you do trees out of balsa wood? I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I think you're going to struggle with that sort of stuff. And you're better off doing trees out of twigs than balsa wood, mate. Carrie reminds us she can be homeless in seconds. I pinch my dad's chat while he feeds the cat. If he does, Mum will be... You will need your dad at some point, my love. And dads have incredibly long memories when it comes to this sort of stuff. Yeah, together. You always go OTT on the very last one, don't you? Like, right, I should do a proper job on this one. Which kind of implies you've done a half-arsed job on the rest. Well, this is the last one, but... memories like elephants. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, medieval videos are coming together nicely. So that's going to be a good series. I'm trying to get ahead, you know what I mean? Rather than do one and start the next. What I want to do is get a few in the pipeline and then do it that way. There we go. Right. Clean that top bit up. Right, let's get these in. Sure, I'll put them the right way round, eh? Yeah. Next row. Gary, go kick a butt. She needs a phone top up in the morning and dinner money. Way. Dinner? Dinner? Oh, here are your ham sandwiches. Right. All I'm doing now is just poking some holes into this so I can mount these. Yeah. Just simply so that when it comes around to the spraying, once I've done that lot, yeah, it will be just a bit easier. Although my hole popping is bloody awful. There we are. Next row. Might as well leave that in there. Make her sleep on the doorstep. A bit harsh. That's not punishment for her. She loves camping. There you are. Right, so there we are. Got those done. They're ready for spraying. Just very quickly, I need to switch that off, don't I? Right, this one off. And this one off. Oh, there we go. Just a bit of housekeeping. Don't need those cameras running right now. Okay. And take the money. That way I can embarrass her in front of her friends. Oh, dude. Yeah, let's carry. So we've covered that one. Got that email. Got the email, yeah. That's good. All sorted. Wow, discussions about random things really makes time fly. Yes, I think I'm going to start wrapping it up, to be truthful. before I get stuck into the rest of this. The reason being is I need to go toilet. And I've been sort of sitting cross-legged for the past half hours, and I don't think I'm going to hold it. And by the time I get up, it's going to be time for me to start wrapping up the stream anyway. So I am going to call it right now. Yeah, because Mel's, it's not even my bladder, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I will be back Sunday night. Yeah, and we'll take it from there, yeah? Right. In the meantime, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you soon. All the best. Ta-ra.